Hello there. Our Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, who could end up in number 10, has been caught out allegedly deleting her pro-immigrant website content. Now that Starmer is looking to go the way of the dodo and Shabana Mahmood has just been anointed by Tony Blair, the Home Secretary's posts on her website praising asylum seekers and demanding we open our borders to more of them are disappearing, says the Canary. Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary, has removed a large cache of material from her personal website. This included a significant number of pro-asylum posts just in the last month alone. The deleted posts, alongside other long-forgotten articles and videos, show that Mahmood took a considerably different line on immigration and asylum to the hardline approach she has adopted since being appointed Home Secretary in September this year. Says their report. Very strange. Or is it a plan to make her, and therefore Labour, acceptable and electable at the next general election? Now, I've never perused Mahmood's website before, but the Canary has done the job for us by pointing out the sort of stuff that's now disappeared. Stuff like demanding unaccompanied child asylum seekers be allowed to sponsor their families into the country, and saying that the UK needs to at least double the numbers of asylum seekers it accepts. You get the idea. Now a quick interjection. Most of you watching right now aren't subscribed, so here's what you need to do after liking this video. Press the subscribe button, then hit the little bell and select all, and ensure your YouTube app is set to accept notifications. That way you'll get every single video the moment we release it. And if you don't, you're gonna miss out. So what does Mahmood really think? Has she now rejected those pro-migrant ideals that she seemed to hold so dear to her heart? Or did she see being pro-migrant as a way to climb to the top of the very slimy Labour Party poll? Or is she hiding these posts to convince us she has always had a firm, strong borders attitude? Or is she just as slippery as an eel? Possibly why Tony Blair likes her so much. Or is it really an automatic archiving system at work, as the Home Office told the Canary? Funny how that appears to have kicked in just as Mahmood began her crackdown on asylum seeking. Isn't it? And to add more mud to the pond, The Independent reports that Tony Blair has effectively endorsed Shabana Mahmood as a future Labour leader, praising her as brilliant and impressive in a joint public appearance with the Home Secretary. The former Labour Prime Minister hosted a Christmas event for the Tony Blair Institute alongside Ms Mahmood, which she used to deliver a passionate, personal and political manifesto. Poor old Keir Starmer, he's under attack from all sides now, isn't he? With the Indie continuing with, Sir Tony praised the Home Secretary's radical style and the political philosophy behind her crackdown on immigration, comparing it to his own approach in power. That's interesting, isn't it? Wasn't it Blair who really started cracking those borders open in the first place? The Independent also said, with Labour struggling in the polls, her name is mentioned alongside those of the Health Secretary Wes Streeting, Energy Secretary Ed Miliband and former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner as a potential candidate to replace Sir Keir in Downing Street in the new year. In a relaxed performance, the Home Secretary joked that the criminal gangs behind illegal immigration were so clever that if they set up conventional businesses, Britain's economic ills would soon be over. And here we have these two sudden converts when the rest of the Labour Party wants to drive the UK back into the EU. Don't listen to Starmer on this. He's just as determined an EU-phile as the rest of them are. But he knows it's a democratic non-starter, so he'll try the sneaky route back in. Politicians do lie, you know. We also know that the Labour Party is totally pro-immigration and pro-asylum seekers. For them, it's the more the diversity, the merrier it is. So why would Shabana Mahmood now go against her previous pro-anyone outside Britain stance? Why now? Is it so she can follow in Starmer's footsteps as the next acceptable and therefore electable face of Labour? Most of us realise that is exactly what Keir Starmer was meant to be, why he was selected to be leader in the first place. Otherwise, the public would see straight through the alternative choice of one of the nutters. Starmer was meant to make Labour electable and serious looking, until they got into power, of course, and fully unfurled the red flag. But Starmer realised something the ordinary Labour activist doesn't realise. You have to keep the lie going to stay electable and acceptable. So Starmer has not lived up to the expectations of the communists and therefore has to be replaced. But the hard left inside the party, which means 99% of its activists, want to put the wealthy on the rack and pour the resulting money out onto the people so they don't have to work anymore, and onto the newcomers to make themselves feel all virtuous. Now, the Canaries said that Mahmood earned the nickname the new hard woman of British politics for her reforms, which were widely seen as a striking move to the right for the Labour Party on immigration and asylum. By striking, I assume they also meant surprising. Adding that the Labour Party went into overdrive to paint Mahmood as having a long-held belief in the need to crack down on the asylum system. But the archived version of Mahmood's website, alongside other long-forgotten articles, tell a different story. But maybe the real question should be, would a Mahmood government, where she stuck to her new principles of strong borders, end up tearing the Labour Party apart at the seams? Finally, please like, subscribe and comment below, and a big shout out to our channel membership and Patreon supporters, and thank you for watching.